to that kind of extent of care and concern. But we, as Representative Management also mentioned, that there is a need now for all the state to start respecting its own citizens and give them the services as a right. We have not put this right as a constitutional part of guaranteeing of civil liberty, life and everything else. But time has come now that we must improve our services and provide these kind of things to the citizens in a time-bound manner. Just imagine when we are providing these services in a time. This is the structure that we have done. State government has the supreme authority, as in any other act. Then we have divisional authority. Below that is the appellate authority, and cutting edge is the designated officer. So every citizen has to start and make an application or with bona fide intention. Even those people can also be brought into it. Anybody who disobeys with the order of the divisional authority, then he or she can also be proceeded against as per the departmental action. So that there is a sanctity and a legitimacy of the action of the divisional authority. As I said, only notified services have to be covered, and we have done think that instead of putting all the services in the Act, we have made them as a part of the rule, so that government can notify from time to time and we don't have to go back to the assembly every time we add or delete a service. Today we have given a certain time frame for the services to be delivered. I am sure with the implementation of Act in our own experience over the time, the time that we have given today will get reduced. Suppose we have set 7 days, with computerization, with our learning, maybe in 1 year time it will come down to 3 days or 4 days. This is how the Act itself will continue to improve upon, evolve. It's a question of evolvement of the Act. It will evolve and keep on improving on its own. Again, the notification of designated officer, we will notify them through a government order only, and we keep on adding new services and new designated officers to deliver those services. Same for the other authorities also. So that flexibility we have kept, that the rule can take care of this kind of provision. For no reason, no fault of mine. So first thing is to reject the application. When I was making discussion with number of officials who were proposing their services, so they were very casual in their manner, and they said rejection of application should be made with some reason. We just cannot casually say that this service is not available or he is not eligible or so and so I reject it. It has to be recorded with a reason in writing, and the communication has to be made to the applicant. Even if you have rejected, he has the right to appeal. So whether your rejection is with reason or your rejection is just to save yourself and say that no, I don't want any punishment to be made up. That also is part of the act. As I said, that he can file an appeal within 30 days because we are operating in a very far-flung areas also where people may not have that means of communication. So if there is a delay in communication or some other reason, he should get a reasonable opportunity to file an appeal. As I said, the appellate authority also has a time-bound manner to dispose of the appeal. He cannot sit over that and say that, okay, I will take my own time to decide. All this time of disposal in 30 days, 20 days, 15 days, as I said, will come down slowly, gradually, once we start implementing and improving our systems. Again, the same is the process for filing a revision against the order of the appellate authority. And here also we have given 30 days time that a person for the revision authority. Kindly note that there is no power given at the designated officer or the appellate authority for any final punishment. It's only the revisional authority for every service who has the power of punishment and penalty. There are two kinds of punishments that have been proposed. One is causing delay is 5,000 rupees. And then this also covers malafide intention or harassment or harassment. But 250 rupees per day fine is separate over and above for the number of days that you have delayed in delivering of that service over the specified time. That is separate. So there are two provisions, 5,000 blanket up to 5,000. It could be 500, it could be 1,000. So up to maximum 5,000. A fine for not doing the action as per the Act. And for causing per day fine is 250 rupees. So if you delay it by 10 days and authority finds that there was no reason for delaying for 10 days, it will be 2,500 rupees plus whatever the first act. He may or may not invoke both the parties. Now, how will we recover the penalty? Penalty can be charged for the designate officer, appellate authority also. If appellate authority also has not made a reasonable order, and he has also taken wrongfully the side of the designate officer and saying, no, he was certified in the place. Even against him a penalty can be charged that he was not right in his approach of handling the particular issue. And as I said, all the subordinate staff for both these persons, designate officer and the revisional appellate authority. And if they do not pay the fine, then there could be proceeding to recover that amount. And the finance department has been kind enough to provide a separate head for recovery of these fines that has come recently to us. So now officially in the treasury, money will be deposited which are recovered as penalty from these services. As far as state of Odisha is concerned, initial phase, 11 department has shown a lot of enthusiasm to cover about 75 services. We have Department of Energy, School and Mass Education, Revenue and Disaster Management, Women and Child Development, Finance, ST and SC Development Department, Housing and Urban Development Department, Transport, Health and Family Welfare, Home and Rural Development Department. In the first phase, these departments have identified services which they can roll out, and we expect that in the first week of January 2013, we will be able to roll out roughly about 25 services for which we have been trying to computerize. Many have been done, some are in the processes. And the rest of the 75 will also come in the next subsequent months, one after the other, as and when the departments are ready and confident that they have trained their staff to handle this work. Now, challenges in this is that one is that today we are discussing this act first time maybe from the district level officials and senior officers of the state also. Today also I believe that the reach that we should have in making this act known to the public is a very strong need, because we are getting letters and people are asking us to include various things in the act. All kind of community, organization, associations are making recommendations. So somewhere along the line we have to create a forum to have a dialogue with them and also tell them that what is the extent possible that we can accommodate the demand which is being made by them. Some are very good suggestions, some are very difficult suggestions to implement presently, because we are not in a readiness for that and we do not want to unnecessarily harass our own officer by putting additional burden on them. So both demand and supply, demand for service and supply of these services by the citizen and the service provider has to go in tandem, it has to build up together. And as I said that there is a very strong need for our life so fast that every 2-3 months we all change our gadgets also. And we get frequently used to it, those gadgets, because we are using them on a daily basis. The same thing I hope will happen.